Okay, welcome to the Shades Creek field trip today. My name is Julie Danley, and I am the Executive Director of the Alabama Environmental Council's Board of Directors. Today we're going to be doing a stream survey, and stream surveys are used to find out the general health of the stream. On the survey today, you're going to see all types of things that we need to document. Things about the water's appearance, the biodiversity that we find in the water, different animals that we come across, erosion on the banks, different types of substrates that the actual creek bed is made up of. The Shades Creek is part of the Cahaba River watershed. It is about 56 miles long. It's one of the watersheds that make up the 77,000 miles of water, rivers, flowing water in Alabama. The Shades Creek is important, being part of the Cahaba River watershed. It is where 1/5 of Birmingham and its surrounding areas, which is the largest city in Alabama, receive their drinking water from. This particular creek, a little bit on the history on it. This creek was actually an EPA Superfund site as few as 20 years ago. This creek had been dammed in the early 1900s for recreational uses at the end of Shades Creek, and it really was to the demise of the creek as far as the health was concerned. So the EPA and the Alabama Rivers Alliance came together and did a stream survey and found that there were things that needed to be done to bring the river back to its previous health status and to reclaim the biodiversity in it. This particular area of the creek is called Griffin's Creek. It flows from the Mountain Brook Country Club upstream to the end of Lake Drive. This particular creek has been used for recreation, and of course, as you can see, there is a lot of commercial building that has gone on around this particular area. We're in a valley between Red Mountain and Shades Mountain, so there's a lot of runoff into this particular stream. It has also in recent years become a park. The Friends of Shades Creek came up with a plan to bring back some of the recreation uses of the park, or recreation uses of the stream, and have developed a 6-mile long running path and bike path. So it's a really nice area to come and picnic. Let's look at our stream surveys today so you can kind of just see generally what we're going to be looking for. First thing we're going to look at is the stream habitats, the present habitats. We're going to look for pools and logs, riffles, meaning like little small areas of water where water is flowing over the rocks, runs. We're also going to look to see if the water is clear or if it has an oily sheen to it. This particular particular stream did have some oil problems at one point in about 2007, so that is something that we look for here. Also, human modification. Like I just said, that this area is highly industrialized with a hospital and shopping area, so we want to look. We're standing right now under a bridge, so you can go ahead and check that off as part of your modifications to the stream channel. Also, if we see any cement or inflow intakes as far as like drainage. Also, active erosion. And when we're looking at the river banks, we always tell people look at about 10 feet of the river or the stream, and that will give you a general idea as to how the erosion is, if it's greater than or less than 20%, greater than 50%. Also, one of the things we need to, before we get into and start exploring this stream, we need to learn about left bank and right bank. You always look upstream, which means you're going to be facing, the water's going to be flowing towards you, and then of course your left, and then your right. We also want to notice the vegetation along the stream. the vegetation in this particular area are, of course, are deciduous trees, which are trees that will lose their leaves in the fall. And then this vine that's taking up most of this hillside is actually not a native species, but kudzu, which is an invasive species here in Alabama.